Hi, I'm Timothy Young, President and Chef of Food for Thought, and welcome to my forest. This is a little piece of our organic farm where we harvest all of the wild leeks for the products that we make at Food for Thought. And I'd like to take you on a little journey of the wild leek and hopefully inspire you to harvest them sustainably, and enjoy the results of your work in your own kitchen. So let's have some fun. Okay, so here we are. This is 2010, and this is an amazing spring because we've had unseasonably warm weather. Our snow is gone, and it's only March 26, and here our leeks are coming up already. So this is what they look like really in the first few days of sprouting. They're not really ready to harvest yet, but boy, can you smell them. I mean, my whole forest right now smells like leeks. But there's an interesting thing here too. If you can see, here's some seed pods from last year's growth. And if you look here, there's these bright black seeds all throughout the pod. Normally the partridge, or the ruffed grouse as we call them, eat these up, but they obviously missed a few here. So later in the season, when I'm harvesting these, I tend to try to skip the ones that have the seed pods coming out of them so that they can help reproduce. Okay, so here we are. Now we're in late April, and as you can see, the leeks are further out of the ground and the leaves are fully developed. It's still a little bit early for harvesting. As you can see, the bulbs are still quite small, so we're going to let them fill out for another week or so. But at this stage, you can certainly harvest some if you needed them. The greens are certainly edible for salads and garnishes on dishes. Stella and I actually made pesto out of the leaves last night. So in a few more weeks, we'll show you how to harvest them. Here we are in early June, and it's kind of the tail end of the leek harvest season for me. As you can see, the leaves are turning brown and yellow and dropping off and hitting the forest floor. But the leek bulbs are still quite large, and actually a good time to harvest them because they are at their biggest stage. And they're still fairly easy to find. As you can see, the leaves are still identifiable on the forest floor, and the stems are still stout enough to be able to pull these out of the ground. So let me just show you a couple of techniques about how I go about harvesting. Okay, so here you can see there was quite a large cluster of leeks right here. All the leaves have dropped off, and you can still see some of the reddish pink stems and seed pods. And again, I don't have to use a pitchfork or a shovel or anything to get these out of the ground. You really don't want to disturb the forest floor at all if you can help it. And so I usually just find a leading stem, and all of the clusters kind of grow from a center out, so they're all leaning kind of at an angle into the ground. So I stick my finger on the outside of a stem, follow it down to about the top of the leek, and then just give a little snap towards the center, and they pop right out just like that. I haven't had to disturb the forest floor. So in a cluster about this size, I'll take maybe 3 or 4 out of here, and I try not to take the whole cluster because we want this plant to rejuvenate next year. So I hope that was helpful and you found that interesting. Be sure and come back later because I'll have probably some recipes and some videos about maybe some cooking uses and instructions. I'd also like to remind you to keep sustainability in mind. So if you're going into the woods with wheelbarrows and shovels and picks, you're probably not harvesting sustainably. So let's keep the next generation in mind. And while you're at it, don't forget to have fun and make some memories. Until next time.